So Alexis K. Tyler, can you hear me? I just tried to go live and it said there was an error creating the show. And then I didn't see anyone in here. So I don't see anyone now. Please let me know if you can hear me right now. Let me know if you can hear me because I can't see anyone in here. I don't want to do the live and then nobody's here. Okay, hold on. Yeah, I had to get me some more candles. I'll make sure the candles are lit. Hold on. Okay, let me get into this quickly because I don't feel good. I haven't slept in a few days. I've been up all night on the other side, and oh, that's not a good feeling. Because whenever I'm just kind of doing my leaning motion today. I'm leaning over my counter. Oh, have you all seen this past few days since I've been gone? The things that I told you that Nipsey told me in the spirit realm about the planes, the trains, the cruise ships. I've talked about the cruise ships for months now, as well as the planes, and I told y'all that Nipsey said underneath those ships there were illegal aliens, there were children, there were pets, there were viruses and bacteria. These pets and these people were unsanitary. The people above the boats was having sex, having wild orgies on top of the boat. The cooks and chefs in there fucking, they in there fucking the damn passengers, the passengers fucking the damn singers, and the band members and entertainment on the damn ship. Passengers damn setting up cruises, going on there fucking and sucking all on the damn cruise ship, slinging cum every goddamn it well, coming up with all these viral infection, bacterial infection. The damn monkey under the damn ship talking about they doing orgies with him, doing orgies with the damn monkey. Look, I don't. The monkey said, look, I remember I had mentioned Carnival Cruise before. Like they get off at these different islands and go to these carnivals and these fairs where these damn monkeys and ferrets and shit be at and have orgies with the animals. They be doing drugs on the island, get back on there selling drugs on the ship. Doing the drugs on the ship and doing the orgy, doing that powder, doing the X, the Molly, getting drunk out on the ship. The ship employees, when they get off and take their break, and the chef, they do the buffet and shit, get up there fucking out on the side when they clock out on their damn time clock and shit. Then you be wondering why them people get sick. Then I told y'all and them said them shit was nasty and that they don't test them people for diseases on there. And virus and bacteria, and don't be make sure them people can get their shot or whatever they need in there on their ship. They be getting them a shot of that goddamn tequila and shit. They get a shot of that, but not the shot of their damn medicine that they need. Doctor being there drunks, sucking dick out. Look, I'm dropping dick out. I'm dropping dick out between Puerto Vallarta and Jamaica, goddamn it, in the Bahamas. They be damn fucking all in Mexico. Didn't I tell y'all? And they were getting sick. I passed disease on them ship and then them airplane throwing up out of their air hole and their mouth, didn't I? Man, y'all need to give me a tip on my Cash App, bitch, and make it clap. Y'all get ready to go on these cruise ship and go on the airplane. I hope y'all got y'all medicine. And y'all got them Imodium. Y'all take some charcoal, some activated charcoal powder, and take all y'all herbs. Go to the health food store and get the herbs for upset stomach and indigestion and vomiting. Right after I said that shit, I was laying down watching something, and I was talking to Nipsey, and it was a news flash on news break of one of them new app that came on. It wasn't on YouTube yet. And it says people on the plane, they up there, they had real bad turbulence, they up there. I'm like, Nipsey, oh my God. This quick, I had just said it like the day so before I went and looked. I said, oh my God. And I'm glad I needed them. They had the one word that I needed in the title, vomit. I said, didn't I? God damn, I know E. I know I be saying shit that sound crazy to me. I know this shit be sounding crazy and far-fetched what I say. But when Nipsey be telling me, I go on and say it anyway. And I just, let y'all laugh at me or whatever. And I'm willing to take the jokes and shit. I'm willing to be the brunt of the joke. Since all these people be saying I'm lying, I'm crazy, I'm obsessed, I'm hallucinating. Well, I love being in this type of obsession and hallucination, goddammit. Oh my God, one thing that I want to say. One of my friends sent it to me. And she said, Alexis, you got to see this. Oh my God, when I saw it, I got chills. And I saw the date on it. That's why I like y'all to check my footwork and watch the dates on everything. The date was 2 weeks ago. There was a channel that highlighted Nipsey Hussle's chef. And this lady grew up with Nipsey Hussle and also is the chef to other celebrities. It was funny about it. Nipsey always tells me, and I believed I heard him say this, he wanted blueberries. He likes for me to keep fresh strawberries, a lot of blueberries. He showed me how to make some recipes with blueberries. I have a blueberry liquor, I have a blueberry jam. I had a couple of people tried it. They liked it a lot. When you come to Atlanta, you can try some if you want to. I'll give it to you as a gift. I'm not going to sell it to you. You just give me a donation and you can try the fruit liqueurs. And about 2-3 years ago, he told me he wanted me to make him some blueberry pancakes, but he wanted them ATL style. He I grew up on the big, round, fluffy buttermilk pancakes, and I made a topping. I had real fresh, big. I don't like frozen fruit. I don't like the way it is all runny and soft. I like blueberries. So I always keep blueberry. I got a whole bunch of refrigerator for him now. And I put the video up in my community forum so you can see it's an old video to verify mine is older. So you can't say that I copied and she just knew who his chef was. She just, no, I didn't. Because I don't see I didn't know he had a female chef. I know he had chefs. I know he had a female chef. And guess what? You can see it in my forum. She said this favorite pancake he liked was like a blueberry. It's a lemon blueberry. She put a twist on it. Instead of a regular pancake, she ground up a little bit of the lemon rind in there and used the blueberries in there and made a cream with blueberries in it that she blended up to put as a topping. So they were small pancakes. And she said he loved this and he loved hot, spicy food. I think she put some sugar in there as well. And I said, well, I always said that's what he liked for me to have here. And we like the same types of foods. Hot, real hot, all types of peppers, habanero, jalapeno, cayenne pepper. I had all the pepper here because I love hot stuff. And when I get the Eritrean food, Ethiopian food, I always get the extra. They make this really nice cayenne pepper sauce. And I like a whole bunch of extra because I can just eat it and dip the injera, the brown injera in the hot pepper sauce. So when she sent me that, I said, oh. And when she made it, she put eggs and flour and baking soda and sugar. And I said, and she used the dairy cream. And I said, I remember a lot of people said to me that I was a liar and Nipsey had become a vegetarian. He didn't eat any dairy. He didn't eat any meat. And I said, he always asked me for porterhouse steaks, like the bone-in steaks and T-bone. So I always have his steaks with the bone in them He likes them like that with the hot and spicy seasonings and things. And I grill them or I broil them in the oven for him with a lot of veggies, a lot of colorful veggies, a lot of pepper in the greens. They show him how to make this sweet, spicy smoked collard. And everybody that tried it loved it. I'm in love with it. Never made it before, never wrote with it. So I want to thank her for sending me that because, again, when people like to make fun of me and leave him alone and let him rest and let him go, I'm not making him stay here. You can't make anybody do anything they don't want to do unless it's a weak punk ass bitch or a punk ass bitch ass nigga. You can't make nobody can make him do what they want him to do inside of his body. They're going to make him do what they want him to do outside of it. I can't make him tell me or show me anything. What I said when he first got here after a few months, because he wasn't really sure about me cooking for him at first, I would ask him, do you want something? Do you want something to drink? Like the first day he got here, because everybody that gets here, I ask him, do you want something to drink? Do you want a certain candle? What color is the candle? What would you like to drink? Are you hungry? And I asked everybody that, and that first day he said, no, I don't want anything. I want to talk. And he was looking around my house and my closet and my drawers and seeing what was in there and who lived here. And then he finally said, look, this is what I like to drink. This is what I like to eat. This is the fruit I like. These are the greens I like. I want a separate side of the refrigerator. I want my stuff over here. And so he literally picked his side of the refrigerator. He picked his side of my bed. I mean, he picked his side of my house. He's basically taking over the rooms downstairs. This is the colors I like. This is what I want you to make. I want you to make me an altar. I want everything blue and gold. I want my silverware gold. I want my plates china. I don't want paper plates. I don't want regular plates. I want china, and I want the china blue and gold. I never owned any of that. And I want you to take off those clothes, and I want you to wear this, and that. And I want those shoes. He went in my closet. I want you to wear those. I like those shoes. I like that outfit. But then again, I want you to throw that one away because I know who bought it. I literally have clothes out of my closet I throw away, and I have on the floor right now. They've been sitting there. I throw the clothes away. Like I don't like that. I want that gone. And I want you to buy this. And I want a jumper. And I want you to look like this. And I want this wig and this. Literally telling me all this stuff he wanted me to be. And I didn't mind because it's not like I had a man that I was dressing for. So I'm like, if this will make you comfortable for me to do your readings. And now I'm your cook here too. So, okay, I will do that. I had one psychic medium said, girl, you is crazy. I would never do all that stuff for him unless you all are married. And if you all are not married, I would not cook for him like that. I would just do his. And I said, no, it's okay. I want to do it. And now when these things are coming out, like his chef, came out 2 weeks ago, and I just saw it a couple of days ago, and I wanted to show you all I was not lying. That video I did where I set his altar up and I made him, oh, they were so good. I hadn't made any more sense because I hadn't heard him ask for any, but I guess he's asking me for some. I made him the pancakes, and I had gotten him some fresh waffles. So I guess that's what I'm going to do again. He must want some, because people have been mentioning the pancakes to me. And then some people in the comments said they wanted me to make my version of those pancakes for him. And I said, okay, you got it. Yeah, I already know about the people in Mexico. I'm not getting ready to get on that. And let me get back into, so I wanted to say that was a confirmation of something. When people have said I'm crazy, this is a powerful month for him, because this is when Nipsey ascended in March. The public day is March 31st, 2019. But you have to understand, when it's somebody's birth month and somebody's death month, that whole month should be a celebration, because he was transitioning out of the body for the whole month, and he knew he had been threatened. He had been death threatened. So a part of him was in and out of this realm, and he knew it, and he was preparing himself. Even his mother said he was preparing himself. I think I saw in an interview, she said that they would call Nipsey, and a lot of times Nipsey didn't answer that phone. And then Nipsey started answering the phone. He started telling his mama and everybody he knew that he loved them. And the grandmother had a dream. One of them were dying, but she thought it was her because she was much older. And they didn't know it was her baby. Nipsey was her baby. Um, Thank you, Tam Johnson. You said what you said. Go ahead, Nipsey. Oh man, no. Tam, look, please don't encourage him. Okay, he's already taken over my house. I mean, just tells me what to do. And you know what, Tam? I love y'all. I love you. I love everybody. I've never had this type of support before. And I've been called crazy my whole life by my own dirty ass mama and grandmama. And I didn't, and had other women like my mother and other women talk down on me and say they were better than me, like Isis Wisdom and a lot of these other women have done with Nipsey, to try to make it let it go. Women have always done that to me. Whenever I started working on a project or helping somebody, I remember there were times I would help people in the hospital, and I would write, when I told y'all I would read for free, do readings for free, and write out everything I saw going on with the person's health and tell them. And some of them I even got to make their doctors, and then I would see them in the funeral home. And I remember my mother said, we met at a, we met at a buffet, and I was working on a person's medical reading. I'm a medical intuitive. So just by their name, that's all I got. I got to meet them in person, see them, feel their vibration. I got their whole name, first, middle, last name, birthday. That's all I had. And I would get these legal pads and I would write down everything their spirits and my spirits was transcribing to me to say, to tell them and to tell their doctors. And my mother got so angry. I wasn't bothering anybody. I was just looking there, writing out. I really like to try to be helpful. And I was writing out what I saw. And the person, I mean, it's only been 2 days since I've done a reading. What do you mean you wonder where I were? I'm supposed to be here every day or something? I can't do that. It's only 2 days ago I did a reading. She goes, you're so stupid. And you know, she had been calling me stupid since I was a kid, like 4 or 5 years old, and a whore. You're so dumb and stupid. I mean, you're so desperate to do a reading that you're sitting here looking at people's butt and looking all up in their behind to see what's going on with them, doing a medical reading. When she said it, I didn't even look up. I kept, writing. When I think my son had went to the buffet to get him a plate. I hadn't got one yet because I was finishing writing out. Take these everywhere I went. I was really obsessed with doing this and being the best I could be and being very accurate. And so I didn't look at her. I didn't get upset. I didn't feel anything because I knew what that was, because I had spent, because she would always brag, since she was a preacher and she was also a prophet, people would come from all around the United States to get a word from her. And thank you, Lizette. I love you too. And I heard her when I was a little girl. One weekend I was at her house. I heard this other prophet say, bring your daughter to me. And my birth name was Tia. So she said, let me meet her. And she brought me down. And this lady, I've said this before, and I said it to my mother because she didn't think I remembered. And she said, she had the most beautiful, she was fat, but she was one of the most beautiful fat women I had seen. Some women I think look good with weight on them, but she just had a naturally beautiful face. So whether she had been skinny or fat, she just had a naturally beautiful face. I was staring at her face and it lit up. I could see this on her, even though I was a little girl, about 8, 9. And she grabbed both of my hands and she pulled me kind of to her knees slightly. She slightly parted her legs. I kind of rest, my little bitty legs and hips could rest like leaning on the front of her kneecaps. Because she had big legs, big knees. So she just smiled at me and she said, hello, Tia. It's nice to meet you. And I said, hi. And then my mother immediately screamed at me and she said, get out of here. So I started walking real fast because I knew she liked to beat on me. And something told me to go out. She had a sunken living room, so I had to step down to go in it, and I had to step up to go out of it. Something told me, peep around the corner. Don't go upstairs. Stay around the corner and listen. I listened, and the lady said, Pat, you need to start taking your daughter on crusades with you because God has given her a very, very special gift, and she needs to be trained. You should start training your daughter now. The time is now. And after that lady left, that's when she was like, get your shit, pack it up so you can get the fuck out of my house and drop me back at my grandmother's house. And I used to want to hug my mother and kiss my mother like hello and goodbye. And when I got out, I turned around. I was getting ready to say something to her or like kiss her goodbye. She sped the fuck off like a spoiled, stupid, immature child. Like everything had to be about her, and I'm gonna get into this when I come back. I'm not gonna get into this too long because I'm very, very pissed off right now. But I'm gonna because I've been working through my own healing and my own shit, Especially as we get into these classes with mother-daughter drama. It's so much shit in me that oh boy, that's all I have. I don't have love and a lot of happy times from my childhood up to now. It's a lot of pain. And instead of what I used to do was walk around like they tell you to forgive and take the abuse and pity yourself because you're not what the family wants. It's really, really sad that it's all of us that have had children. And sometimes our children disappoint us because they don't want to be what we think they should be or what we really want for them. And a lot of times, if you want the best for your child, if you want them to go to school and become a very prominent figure in life, that's wanting the best for them. Sometimes those children don't want to see that or they don't want to listen to their parents. So they do the opposite. It doesn't mean they're not going to wake up one day. It's just they take you through a lot of drama and disappointments. And in their mind, it's not a disappointment, but in your mind, it is because you already know the end and they're young and they think they know everything. They don't know a motherfucking thing because they ain't lived but 5 minutes. You've lived years and you're a mother, or you've been a wife or a lover. You've been through a lot of things. So you already know they're going down a dead end. And it breaks your heart because you know what they don't want to know and what they don't want to listen to you say they don't want to see until it's too late for them. It's a lot of us. And I'm going to wrap this up. I don't want to be on this too long. I want to stick to the reading with Nipsey Game. I want to finish this. It's very important. A lot of us women are other women, biological mothers gave birth to us. And then once they give birth to us, they decide they don't want us. And they dislike us. They don't like the daughter that they gave birth to. Isn't that something? They'll actually tell you, I wish I never gave birth to you. I wish I could do this over. I wish I could take your life back because I don't like you and I don't want you. I don't like your father, what he did, and I don't like you as an individual. They'll tell you you're not enough in comparison to someone else's daughter. But really, they're saying you're not enough for them. How do you deal with that? You see what I'm saying? How do you process that? Because many women don't know how to process that. I wasn't taught how to process that. I'm just now learning how to process that. And then all the other women in the family were taught that I wasn't enough and to treat me like she did. And then all the other female cousins and aunties and all these people were filthy rumors are spread about that type of woman, that type of female entity that's born into a female body, that the whole family says that female's not enough. We don't like that little girl. We don't like that child. We're not going to embrace that child. We're not going to accept that child. We're not going to love that child because the mother doesn't love it. And the mother said it wasn't enough. And the mother put out the memo. All y'all treat this bitch, just don't help this bitch, don't do nothing for this bitch. And you're walking around with that stigma on you, and you know this. I don't think a lot of women really think about it like I'm saying it. That you are taught. My mother told my half sister, there's repeated, I never wanted now one of you. And then would abuse us and let other people do it, and found it totally humorous, as if she's going to live forever. These people believe they'll never pay for what they've done. What they're doing to their own child they gave birth to is not a sin. And they will always be better, smarter, and more talented. This is what my mother would always say. And now I see I've lived long enough, because she used to encourage me to commit suicide. She wanted me to kill myself. And she would threaten to kill me and my sister and disfigure my face. And no one would say, these were adults that knew about this and would hear this. Nobody would do anything. And I'm just wondering, like, what type of person believes you can beat up everybody in the world and you can constantly abuse your children, and one day they won't grow up and defend themselves? Everybody has the right to survive, to thrive in this world, not just you, not just your mother. And I see her now. I don't physically see her. I can't stand this bitch. I think she's a disgusting bitch. And nobody's going to make me feel guilty about saying that. I hate this bitch. I'll be glad when they tell me this bitch is dead. That's how the fuck I feel. And I'm allowing myself to feel what I feel. I ain't on that forgiveness, Jesus, kumbaya shit no more, because that don't do nothing but get your ass kicked and keep opening yourself up to get fucked over. You know what? Like I said, let me stop this, because I'm going to come back to y'all with this here. So y'all hit my Cash App and make it clap. And also the class, I put the link in the last few videos I did for you to put in your amount for the class that's coming up. I wanted 10 students for that class, at least a minimum of 10. It didn't have to start off in a whole big old class, but I guess it doesn't matter. If all y'all are sitting in there, you can get access. It's going to be a video and you'll be able to engage me. But now I've had more people contact me privately and put on the video they want to be there. And one lady said she didn't get paid to the 15th. So I'm going to put it off for a couple of weeks to give everybody a chance, because I don't know their pay schedule. But I was going to just start small with like 10. And I almost have 10. Thank you for that. But other people want to join in. So if you ladies don't mind, I'm just giving a couple more weeks. Some people won't have it until the 15th, or maybe leading up to the 15th. And then you can go, what you sorry about, Tim? Then people can go to my website, alexiskttyler.com, and you can just pay for the download. You can listen to it, download it at any time if you're not able to be into the live. We'll have classes every month, because I think this was very important, the mother-daughter drama, like when I'm talking about, and a lot more of this is coming up anyway. Let me get into the reading right quick, because I don't want to stay too long. Nipsey showed me with these trains. Did you see it was 2 more train derailments since my last reading? The last reading, I think it was on Saturday. It was the last Saturday. There was a derailment that day, or last week when I did a reading. There was a train derailment yesterday. Didn't I tell you these are going to be happening a lot? The main thing is because of maintenance, low maintenance. They passed that law. Biden passed that law that the train workers cannot strike. They have gotten rid of people, or people have quit because they will not let them strike. They will not let them express their concerns. They will not deal with their retirement or their pay or their raises. So they're not doing a lot of maintenance, and they're skimping corners like a lot of companies are doing because of the economy. and what happened with COVID and even the truckers, Nipsey told me the truckers, okay, let me get right into it. The main thing, the main things is they're not hiring the people and paying the people to do the maintenance, and we've gotten rid of people that want to do the maintenance and that also are whistleblowers to the government. Why? Because there are toxic chemicals. A lot of them railroad workers is sick. A lot of them rail workers have died, and none of us know about it. And if I am seeing it right on the other side, I pray that this come to the public. Them rail workers are encouraged. You want to keep your job, you better keep your mouth shut. For I fire you and you won't get your pension and your money you need. These people dealing with insurance issues to cover, and he's showing me lung diseases, upper respiratory cancers, cancers in the head, cancers that move through the central nervous system down to the leg where they can't work and walk and function and talk, lose control of their motor skills, get to the point where so bad they lose their hair, their bowels and stuff. Some of this chemo and radiation does not treat and it does not fix it. Coughing, stuff all up in their lungs, black stuff all in their lung, all in their stomach. That's what he showed me. They covering this up now for them toxic chemicals and gases that be on them trains, and its products with asbestos in the lining of it and other chemicals that cause cancer and affect the liver and the kidneys, that they be inhaling them fumes. And he said, when them trains crash and that stuff busts open like that and start leaking, he said it's down that soil for almost like forever, because it's for so many years. The rocks, the soil, the tree roots, the animals drank this stuff. It's in the urinary tract of animals and humans, killing and disfiguring babies. People have started having unexplained cancers, unexplained abortions of retarded children, deformed children. They don't tell you about this. He said these employees can't tell you about this. And these water sources, he said, and it ties into these towers, these electric towers, these plants that's also nearby certain neighborhoods and states that activates that stuff. Boy. He said they cannot file no lawsuit. A lot of times these employees of these railroads can't file no lawsuit. They hurry up once they see they've been exposed and they start coughing, because I see this white man coughing real bad. And they hurry up, they put the EPA in there, the FDA in there. They own lawyers, they own doctors, pay them, they lie on that paperwork. And then they already know that some of them cannot be treated. They have a certain amount of time they're going to die. Well, we'll cover this insurance and we'll cover this amount for your family, and want to go on and hush them people up and bomb them and put their ass in the ground so don't nobody know about this shit and get them to sign their rights away. This is what this is telling me that is going on with these railroads and these employees and people when they spill that shit in their town. He said the same thing is going on these airplanes. Okay, it's a computer situation. They need to have a certain software on the train and people to monitor it on the train to stop them from jumping like that, because they don't maintain them because they're trying to be cheap and make all the money and not hire people to do the job. The same thing is on them airplanes. They need to update them airplane systems. There's one reason why them planes is running into each other, almost running into each other and missing each other, as well as them people that's up there selling dope on them damn airplanes up there. Dope man, can I get a hit? They got the dope man working on the goddamn airplane. And see, this is another thing. Where's the air marshals at, goddamn it? Where's the airplane polices? The air marshal's supposed to be on every plane. So there's certain planes they're not on because that's like that motherfucking white man went in there look like Charles Manson, goddamn it, uncle. Went in there and broke that damn spoon off and stabbed that damn flight attendant. Telling me he was trying to open the back door so that a whole bunch of people can fly out and die in the air. Where was the air marshal? I don't understand. This kind of shit never used to happen 20, 30 years ago. Now this is happening, and then he on a video, they got him talking, saying that what he wanna goddamn do. They should have beat the brakes off his ass in private. I mean, if I would have seen that stomping and kicking, I wouldn't have said nobody needs to file no complaint on him. He deserves whatever he get. Because just think if he would have got that door open, everybody would have died. All them passengers and shit, and the pressure from it, the losing cabin pressure, was like a vacuum. It would have sucked everybody out of there. And he admitted to the police that's what he was trying to fucking do. And I'm just wondering where the police at up there. Why? What do I not know? Because I don't believe these are coincidences. And these people get up there and ain't on their meds. Because he clearly needs some. And they don't even let him out. He should be on a no-fly list. And, it's another thing Nipsey showed me. I don't know what this thing is. I can't go too deep into it. I don't even know if I want to. He showed me that there are still law enforcement people on these planes. And I seen, as he showed me this round thing, it almost is shaped, it looked like a button. It's metal, and it's a computer. It emits certain frequency to connect to people's brainwave. He showed me it's in the airplane. This man fly on the plane. He might be one. He looks like he's in law enforcement. Federal. He put this round looking thing down at the bottom of somebody's damn seat. Below their foot. This thing is stuck to the wall. And at a certain time, when you see people clowning up there, look, I know this sounds crazy, man. He done released a certain frequency to go in a certain brain wave, and it triggers a certain behavior. To do that and to keep having these outbursts and shit, then it's gonna lead to that ID thing. You can't get on here. Let's rerun your eye retina, your finger scan. You ain't using no money to get in here. We're gonna scan your whole body. We're gonna see what you're thinking, what you're feeling. We're gonna keep up with your biorhythm. Because we done had so many people come up here and want to wreck it, and so many people up here shitting out their mouth and ass and got viruses and shit. See, we're gonna be able to scan and check all that and check all your paperwork through your finger, or whether your wrist is gonna be a chip in there to be able to tell us where you been and where you going and what the fuck you doing and what you done did and what you got or what you've been exposed to and shit. That's what he said. Yeah, I'm gonna read that. I'm saying what they did to him. And what they did to him. And if he was completely human. Because these clones are so good now, they look just like human beings. With the silicone synthetic skin. And the computer chips in the behavior, move, walk, talk like a human. And I said, Nipsey, what? He said, yeah, he showed me a plane that they had put two of them. One on the left wall, one on the right wall. In the front, towards going to first class and going to the pilot. And I said, oh, okay. So, had to mention that. And these viruses I told y'all on them planes and on them boats, I've been saying planes, trains, and boats, as well as overseas. It's a new virus, and they done this new emergence of a bird flu with that H5N1. Not that H1N1, that H5. See, that high five. Know what they got with these other viruses. And he mentioned me again about this, so the CDC know it. Just like the CDC and the feds is over there on them cruise ship. Somebody done died. A woman died on the cruise ship. Somebody killed her. But see, I'm seeing this a couple other murders over there because I see one dead downstairs in the boat. Several, one out of rage. And he showed me on one of them planes is some STDs over there on them planes and them boats down under there where them hotel and them boat employees moves around off the boat, get on the boat, moves around, and people ass on the goddamn boat. And they got a super strain of gonorrhea that is medicine resistant, antibiotic resistant. It's a super bug. It's here in Atlanta, and it's in the U.S. because a lot of these people get high and get on that crystal, get on that, nerves. They get on that, and they get on that liquid train, pass out for 2 and 3 days to get fucked. Out. See, man, look, it's on the airplane, and it's on the boat. That is developing these strains, and they're going to be mixing and commingling. And these upper respiratory pneumonias, upper respiratory flus, and colds, even in the summertime, it's going to be tied to these STDs and these bird flu. And this pig, they got this super pig coming over here from Canada. Maybe with that swine flu. What else? I want to deal with these bombs and these explosions, these bomb makers and these explosions, which I have told you this before. Real bad earthquake, and I keep seeing some going on in the North Pole. Burning up there. Earthquake and volcanic eruptions up there. As well as down here, and bombs. If they're not trying to detonate them, I already see them trying to detonate them and bring them into the United States, these different groups and factions of groups that are already here, sleeper cell, and these riots here, like I told you now, I see them. They are here, and with these police killings, some real bad volcanic eruption and a bomb. This thing is so bad. What am I getting? Afghanistan, Iraq, Iran, Israel, China, Russia, Pakistan, India. There's some problems. India, Russia, China, Israel. These are the leaders of the shit. These are not the victims, these are the leaders. Also bomb-making parts tied to Afghanistan pieces. It's different pieces tied to different countries. Depending on who made this and why they put it together with different pieces. Like this from different countries, bomb makers. Black and white, colored people. People of color and Europeans, this bomb in these other countries, this thing is burning. I seen Grandma Hussle and Nipsey standing over the volcano. It was down underground where you don't know about it. And the other earth in the underground city, this thing was so big and so deep. So what they were showing me must have been a bomb and a volcano. The lava was so hot. This volcano and this hole in the earth, this volcano is deep down in the ground. This thing has been burning for probably a few weeks underground, and it's burnt before and erupted before, but it might have been a long time ago or you didn't see it. This thing is so hot, people are disintegrating if they get too close to this thing. It's big, real big, off one of these islands, but it's also up. I see it up above the earth, like North Pole, South Pole. It's up above. This is what I'm seeing, as well as down. And in the countries with the bomb making an explosion. Explosion is so hot. It's so big. You're not going to be able to find a whole body if they're in the vicinity or in the car with this bomb or near where the bomb explodes. It's going to be so bad and catch you on fire. And it's a political bomb. It's a political statement because of something the government has done. And this is my response to it. This is a group that's tied to this. It's going to be tied to these bombs in different countries. This bomb is so hot and it's so big. And a couple of them got nails and gas in it. And like a palm, like a grease saw. Like a, was it napalm or something similar to this where it stick when it hits somebody and just start burning and digging in. It's so bad that the skin is gone and the bone is burnt through, where they're going to have a hard time finding people's body for burial or IDing people's body because it's so hot. The body melt like plastic. Skin melt like plastic. Bone burned down to dust. This is what I'm saying. This is what he's showing me. I'm looking down in there. And I said, God damn, this is hot, because they let me see it. I was standing up there. Oh, that's why I'm so tired. Like I've been seeing this stuff. Really don't sleep. I'm so low out. I don't know if you do. Whew. Seeing this catastrophe of it and fighting over prices of food, clothing, shelter, jobs, people being out of their jobs, not being able to feed their family, farmers in the U.S. and outside of the U.S. going to be fighting about that. Food and the price of it and the lack of food and stores closing down. I remember when they were bringing Walmart to town and there were a lot of mom and pop grocers. You get fresh meat and fresh produce, and they say, oh no, that's old. The wave of the future is Walmart. And there would be black people down here trying to fight for the areas they lived in to stop the zoning and stop Walmart from coming in. But you know how that worked. It's who you know and who you pay. They brought Walmart in and ran them small mom and pop companies out of business. Now they're getting ready to pull Walmart out because of the economy, and not just because of the economy, because you have to understand the people on top have designed this to happen, to bring the New World Order in and to cleanse the society, like they said at the Georgia Guide. I knew they were going to happen when they deliberately blowed up the Georgia Guidestone. That was for the signal on the people on top. And it's been going down since they had to control the population and then introduce the new man and the new one man that's a cyborg, and move you to a cashless society. Now the mom and pop stores you need to go back to, the farms you need to go back to, the food you need to go back to, and learn till they putting you in the Hunger Games, bitch. Because all the Democratic states, they're the ones that had the most problem with the police quitting and leaving and the most crime and drama. The blue states. Are going to watch you kill each other and starve and fight, and then this super bug is going to wipe out the rest or infect them, and they live in and turn like a zombie state. You see, they already have this drug I warned you about this liquid drug, this tranquilizer was coming. I seen it coming through China, Canada, and down in Detroit when they killed that jeweler up there, that white man up there. I seen it up there. Now you see they have on the news every day that liquid xylazine is with that coke and that fentanyl. You don't have a chance because people get addicted to that stuff. Even though it's killing them, it's that like that Russian crocodile eating up the body parts, turning them black because they don't set up gangrene in them, have to cut them off. And they still take that shit because their brain is addicted to it. I'm gonna take a break now. I just want to fill you into some of the things that it was telling me and about the mutation of these cells because it's going to be more sickness on these planes and these boats and these trains, and they're going to have a shortage of people working on that and really don't want to hire nobody. They want to have all this stuff computerized so they can get rid of the human and don't have to pay nobody. A lot of them railroad workers, like I say, hey, I'm willing to be wrong about everything I have said, but I hope it comes out if I'm right. A lot of these railroad workers are sick. And if they are not sick and dead or going to their deathbed, going to hospice, goddammit, they getting ready to. That's what they have been hiding to try to keep these people quiet because these people were striking a year or so ago because they knew they were exposed to dangerous conditions. And say these truckers driving these trucks with these chemicals in them, and them trucks spill, have an accident and turn over, or just being exposed to hazardous waste and hazardous material and up all night driving, having to meet a quota. Because truckers can't just show up when they show up. They have to have a certain day and time. And if they don't get there on that time, they lose money or might get fired if they don't get that load there when the company tells them it needs to be here at 9 o'clock in the morning. Whether it's rain, sleeting, and snowing, they don't really give a fuck about you. And these people cut corners on these trucks. And some of these truckers are saying they're having a hard time working or surviving or not really getting no loads. But then I've talked to truckers that say they work every day. A lot of them are also sick because they've been exposed to hazardous chemicals. And then let's say they have a poisonous chemical in their truck. There's raw liquid in there. They unload that liquid and then they'll turn around and pick up a load full of milk that humans supposed to drink. Excuse me. Humans do be drinking, and they don't even clean the toxic residue out of the truck. Nothing. Let that gasoline or benzene or whatever is in there that's poisonous and then fill it back up with orange juice and milk and shit. That what he said. That what he said. Coming to a city near you. Oh, really? Alexandra Herney said, my brother works on a truck, and what you saying and what he's saying, really? Thank you, baby. And thank y'all for putting my cash up in there. They have to follow OSHA and they should report it. Yeah, but they don't follow OSHA and report it because of money. And you, a whistleblower, you'll be pushed out of that whole secret community and won't get no job. This been going on for years. And then even if you do, it's the grease in your hand, and I know you, and you know me, and you gonna look the other way. And especially big companies, they get away with that. A fine ain't nothing to them, and they turn around and keep on doing it. So what if a driver gets fired? They got 10 more, 20 more ready to take their place, and they ain't gonna say nothing. And even if you fire them and pay a little fine, what that matter when they making millions of dollars a week? A day. That's nothing to them, and they keep doing it, and it's been going on. Anyway, you said all them commercials with the dirty baby duck ain't for no reason. Oh, what's commercial with a dirty baby duck? I didn't see it. And yes, remember, yes, it's still down there in Florida.
Remember I told y'all that when Nipsey said about California and Florida, them ocean and that seafood, and somebody put a comment, well, I'm just going to lay off the seafood buffet for a little while. What that mean? If these people getting the same nasty seafood from a distributor that's getting it from Florida and California and any other place where there's a virus, there's fungus and bacteria, there's amoeba that cause flesh-eating disease and brain-eating disease, then you laying off for a few months and going back to a buffet, that gonna make you safe? When you going to these places, opening, cocking your mouth open, eating all these shrimp and lo mein noodles and all that, and you won't ask these people where they getting this seafood from? How does that make you safe? Because you take a break and you won't ask them. You know, I don't mean no harm, but I stopped eating at the Chinese buffet, goddammit. When my son was little, I used to take him in there. And, one thing I started wondering about, why is it that they give you a whole bunch of goddammit rice? Like if you get a takeout and shit, and if you don't, it'd be a whole bunch of rice with a little bit of meat and green pepper and a whole bunch of big old chunk of vegetables, big old chunk of green pepper and onion and shit with a whole bunch of gravy and a little piece of meat, a little shave and little 3 or 4 like piece of strip of meat and shit on there. See, I left that shit alone. When I went to a buffet and I'm looking at it and the stuff looks so good and it smells so good and it's so pretty now. And I'm getting the meat, right? And it's got a lot of brown, like it's real dark. See, I believe they make that gravy dark, goddamn, so you can't see through that shit. I don't know if that was an alligator hand. I don't know if that was a cat foot. I don't know if that was a dog ankle. I don't know what the fuck that was. But all I know is, looked like with the holes in it, when I just scraped all the goddamn gravy, I went to the table and scraped that gravy off and shit. My napkin, it had a lot of holes in the meat, like they had tenderized that meat real good. Like beat it down. So I had all them holes in it and shit. And I kept chewing it. I did my best. I kept chewing on that goddamn meat, and the meat was real spongy, like some chewing gum. It wasn't like no chicken. It wasn't like no sauteed beef. It wasn't no pork chop. God damn it. I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I believe it was a rat leg. I don't know what the fuck what they had done. Clipped the damn toenail off of it and pulled the toenail out of the root. Beat it down real fine, like put a whole bunch of goddamn brown and sauce on there and steamed it, like, and put a whole bunch of gravy and put a whole bunch of big old onion and big old bell pepper shit so you couldn't see what the fuck it is, and then laid it on that damn menu up there. That's what I think. Laid it up there on that buffet and put the little bit of meat at the bottom and put all them vegetables on top of it. Because I'm trying to chew out. It was 10 minutes went by. I said, fuck it. I can't do it. I got another piece putting at the same thing. I couldn't break that shit down. And one thing I did, I looked outside. Then, it was a couple times I drove by there when they was closed. Because this is what I noticed. Around any restaurant, you're going to see cats. You're going to see rats outside, and they can be clean, but still they're going to be attracted to the smell of the food. Or if they can get access in there and the food smell good, looking good, they're going to eat some more. I'm not lying to you. Every goddamn Chinese restaurant and buffet I went to, and I come back later on just to cruise by, I didn't see Felix the cat out there. I didn't see Morris the cat out there, goddammit. I didn't see Tom and Jerry out there. I didn't see the rat. I didn't see no cats and no rats. And then my ex told me, because, he was in different businesses and he was in the restaurant business and he know them Chinese folks over there hang out in the West End and shit. He said Him and somebody else had noticed that shit. The Chinese man over there had, I was Chinese Korean, had the Chinese buffet over there that all of us used to go over there and said that they noticed it wasn't no cats and there wasn't no rats around that restaurant. And the way they cooked all day and all night, they thought it was strange. And I look, man. So they seen that Chinese man with a baseball bat busting a cat in the head and busting a rat in the head with a bag, throwing them in the bag, put them in his shoulder. You know what? I'm not finna go into this no more. Cause see, I had said this shit years ago. I said it years ago when I first came out, like in 2007, 2008. They up there said that I was dirty. I'm a dirty bitch, and I need to shut the fuck up. And I remember this one lady that half black and half Chinese or half Korean stopped speaking to me, told me I better take that video down and take that shit back. And then I seen these Chinese people, they was up there in this storage unit and had this man, had a black man up there. Lord Jesus. Had him in the storage room and had some of them propane gas tank. Man was dead, tied, had him down, skinned him, and roast. Oh, man. Oh, Jesus, my stomach hurting. Roasted that black man out there at that damn storage unit. You gonna tell me that's a lie? I said, you looking at the film and talking about it was a fake film and they don't do shit like that, and I better stop speaking to me. Stop speaking to me. Come they put roots and shit on me, some Chinese roots on me because I had sick. They might have, goddamn it, that might have been one reason I got sick and almost died, but I still stood by what the fuck. I'm trying to let these niggas know. Y'all embrace everybody culture. And be so glad that people come in your community and play on you and pay you some attention. And then let your own destroy your own people. Y'all eating that shit and you don't know what that is. And see, I remember it was a few white people that was on the news. They had went to a Chinese restaurant, ate. Excuse me, we said all people said ate, got sick, filed a police report and got it analyzed and found out it was a cat hand. It was a cat hand in that damn Chinese rice with some gravy and some seasoning mixed around it. I guess they had damn pulled the hair out of it. It was this restaurant down here all these black people used to go to called PF Chains. I don't know if it was just in Georgia or somewhere else. This is on the news. One of the employees got mad. I don't know if they fired the employee, but the employee called the media, told them to come back there in their kitchen or took some pictures. They had a bald eagle back there. I don't know, look, why somebody want to eat a damn eagle. Had some rats back there. Had some cats back there. God damn, I don't know if it's an armadillo back there. I don't know what else. A leprechaun. I don't know what else the fuck they found in the freezer, but this employee told. And I done seen on the video before they done took the cat, took the tail, like the back hand or the back leg, and hold it and beat the head and beat some rats on the ground, like beat them back there in the back. They have them back there, and you be waiting for the food and the rice and shit be stirring. It be good too. I ain't gonna lie, that Chinese rice and shit be good than a motherfucker. And had that duck sauce, that ducky sauce and shit, and that soy sauce, mix it together with them peas and carrot and a whole bunch of onion and pepper and shit. That shit be good. I'm not gonna lie, goddammit. With the scrimp in it. And the chicken, see that same thing happened to me with that chicken. And see it be in that Chinese rice, it be chopped up real little. So you don't really know it was chewy like chewing gum then. real chewy and string. I couldn't chew it up. I said, this. And then that's when my ex told me about that cat shit. Him and his friend and that Chinese man had that baseball bat. And that, look, you know, I'm not finished. Oh, you know what? I'm getting dizzy right now. I'm feeling nauseated in the spirit. Because, see, it's legal over there, you know, for them to do that shit. But it's not legal over here. I don't know why that man was walking around goddamn like he the Louisville Slugger. I don't know if it's a wood bat or metal bat. Nigga had a baseball bat. He could wait till the sun go down when the niggas ain't looking, goddamn it. And had that damn bag on his shoulder. With that damn bat busting them in their goddamn head. You know, one of them cat with my friend. So, you know, it really upset me because, you know, I seen the cat. I did nearby there. And the cat, here, kitty. Here, kitty. Guy had his milk. And his tuna, he looked like Myris the cat. You know, beige with them striping shit on it. I didn't see Myris no more. I was wondering where Myris was and shit. And I'm like, what? Meow. 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 I'm asking neighbors and shit what Myris said. Meow. He wouldn't come. I know he must have been through something when I seen it. Hair was sticking up and shit, matted all up, dirt around his asshole and mouth. I guess he must have got away from him for a little bit. Then after that, I ain't seen him no more. I don't know. You know what? I'm not finna look. I still don't know where Myra's at because I be looking for a Chinese place up the street on this same street. Goddamn it, I don't see him no more. I don't know what happened to him. Matter of fact, I don't see no cats no more like I used to come down here and eat and stuff. They be eating. I had their food and stuff with them. I had their stuff. I got their teriyaki sardine in there. I got some honey mustard sardine in there. I got some jalapeno and some teriyaki sardine and stuff. I don't see. I think they done made some rice and gravy out my cat. I don't. Fuck y'all with them. They're laughing. I'm serious about my cat. You know, I take on strays and shit. You know, a lot of people like come over here and eat. Animals come over here and eat too. I don't see him. He had got big. He had got thick. You know what I'm saying? His hip and shit had got thick. Because sometimes he eats some cornbread with me and some collard green and stuff with that turkey stuff in there. Yeah, I give him a little meat in there. He have his egg and stuff, you know, cheese and egg. Sometimes he might want him a walk. You know, when he was getting real thick, you know what I'm saying? He was thick with it. I guess that's why they liked him. Guess when that man come with that damn slugger, like he hang Aaron or some goddamn by the bedroom, hit my damn cat in the head because he had got thick with it. You know, he had more meat on him and shit to slice and all that. Yeah, what you said, talking time, thick. Oh, what you say, talking thick? I got juicy. Oh, y'all got my stomach hurt. Oh, you know, I just thought about that, goddamn it. They don't really want to get them if you know they skin and shit look like they own that shit. He waits and he got you. I was getting them, you know, them cheese and egg. Put him out there. He had some gravy with some rice and gravy and shit. Oh, that's what it is. That's what it is. He had done got sick, John. Oh, y'all got my stomach hurt. I'm laughing. So. What you say, Capricorn twin? Yeah, his stomach was fat on the side. You know how the cat be walking away. You see their stomach sticking out on the side of their hip. They know they thick. They got some meat on here with fat on both sides. Fat on both sides. Oh my God, we're not really got me. Oh my God, my back hurt. Oh, my tummy was thick on both sides. Oh, you know, I mix it up. Like I said, it variety. You know, if it's sardine and shit, and mixing rice and shit on now. Oh, yeah, people just like Myra's the cat, and then I had a black one like Philly. Both of them gone, goddammit. I don't see neither one of them, but I see that smoke coming out that Chinese restaurant on that roof, goddammit. All them niggas lined up in there. Oh, and that MSG. You know what, y'all? Maybe I ain't ate nothing. What you said, boss lady? I don't know what my cat said. Oh, I don't put that bowl out there no more because they don't come out there, goddammit. I don't know what happened to my cat. There's several of them that done happen too, goddammit. I done seen them come and go. I don't know what happened to them. Well, you must ain't got no one of them goddamn restaurant nearby. Because if you got that restaurant nearby, I want you to notice if wherever that restaurant is, do they be around there? Cause I bet you if you come and drive through that $5.99, I bet you if you drive around there when they closed up and shit and where the dumpster at, I bet you don't see no cats and rats around there on that goddamn it. What you said, Nick? Yeah, that I just thought about that. That cat head got thick. Oh, when it got thick, then I know that. Look at you, Kim. Yeah, come out. The cat wasn't nowhere around. I thank you for helping me. I just put that together right there. Oh my God. You said that cat on the letter A combination barbecue 2 wing. You see what I'm saying? See, I don't maybe okay. If you could tell that it's a chicken wing, you could eat it. I don't know. Like I said, that PF Chang's, when that employee called in, I don't know if he also said he saw a bat in there. You know what? Speaking of bats, it's this virus that be in the bats that also transfers to humans. I forgot the name of it. I was looking at it from these damn animals. It's another virus because they said that COVID was tied to them bats over there in China in the market where they like to eat bats. And I've seen a video where they cook the bat, make like a soup and stuff out of it. This is another virus coming up, and it jumped to humans. Like some viruses do not move from animals to humans or from humans to animals. This one, like gonorrhea, is in a human. It doesn't come from an animal, at least from what I have read. You can correct me about a medical field if I'm wrong. For what I was reading about gonorrhea, it doesn't come from an animal to a human. That's a human disease, venereal disease. Some of these that move between humans and animals, some viruses do. I'm hearing Ebola again. That's coming up. A lot of biological warfare. You think a lot of these viruses are natural. Some of the bases might be natural, but then they've also created superbugs, super strains, GMO strains. And especially since if you have to work and travel with your work, on bus, train, boat, or you like pleasure, I understand that. You want to go on the cruises, and I was looking at these cruise ships. Let me tell you something. It's different fleets of ships. I don't know. And I'm going to go and study so Nipsey can tell me all the ones, because I realized after what I said about that vomiting, and throwing up, not just on that plane, but I told y'all months ago, them ships, he said them ship with nasty diseases on them ship. And orgies and stuff on there. And prostitution and child smuggling and sex trafficking. They hide and transport children on there and animals. There's, what I should say, damn, come on now. I was finna say this where he told me about these ships. What the fuck? Just lost my train of thought. Just that quick about them viruses where he was talking about traveling on those ships. Yes. I had mentioned on one of my shows, I better start putting the title so I won't forget because it's so much come to me. Carnival. I had mentioned Carnival before. I don't know if this is a division of the company that owns Carnival, but do y'all realize not only was it Carnival ship vomiting out the mouth and ass, it was one called Ruby Princess. They said people started getting sick at the end of February and came back into the United States port at the beginning of March, which was a couple of days ago. When they got here in March, they were throwing up at their mouth and ass. So it's the Ruby Princess as well as Carnival and this other ship I just don't know about. It's a fleet of them and it's been going on and said the CDC has been called in along with the FBI because it's murder going on the ship. And from what Nipsey told me, he showed me several other murders they are not putting on the news. You do not know about it. Speaking of that, do you all remember? It was a month ago now when I spoke about Nipsey saying his friends were going to be murdered inside of his gang and outside the gang with businesses all affiliated to the gang, like management, clubs, rappers, singers, politicians, anybody connected to his campaign. And he said, move from California, Texas, all the way down to Atlanta. And the next day his friend was murdered. Said it'd be a gang war with the Rolling 60s. And Cowboy is a Judas sheep. They let him be out in the front because he's been paid to do that. If Cowboy really was that sorry about what happened to Nipsey, he was really Nipsey's friend. And he was there before, during, and after the murder. But he hasn't told you anything. He told you about a damn hamburger he went and put in the microwave. That's all you know. That's all you saw. Their leader is Big U. That's one of the main leaders. There's another one you don't know, that you don't see, that's hidden. More powerful than Big U, that even Big U fears. Don't you think there would be heavy penalties and repercussions if those leaders did not oversee and green light that murder? Don't you think that Cowboy would be sanctioned and punished? And then when I look at Cowboy, Lord forgive me, allegedly in the spirit, what I'm seeing, when I look in Cowboy's eyes, Cowboy is a drug addict. I can look at his eyes and I can look at his mouth and I can look at his teeth. He's a big liar and a drug addict, and he is a part of instigating the gang war. Over the past 3 years, people have gone out there to visit Nipsey's mural and been assaulted and murdered. Regular civilians have been harassed and stopped when they go in that area and murdered. There are gang wars going out there, like Nipsey told me, and it's tied to prison, as well as hip hop and rap, and keeping secrets to what happened to Nipsey and avoided retaliation. I have told you this. Now, I'm standing by what I said. You're just not hearing it in the news. And people think these are going on in these private gangs and the police don't know. Yes, they do. Because all these gangs have informants in them and secret agents in them. Government agents, federal and state in California. It moves through all of the gangs and are tied into hip hop and record labels. And people think, oh, they don't know about this. And, this is inside the gang wars. That's not true. Either you don't know that they do know because you're not in the know, or there's people inside of there that know that aren't telling you. In every gang, as some branch of it, there are informants. Nobody can tell me that I'm wrong. Just because you don't know they exist don't mean they don't exist. And Cowboy is one of them. There is no way. There's too many people hated Nipsey and was jealous of him. You really think that they're going to let Cowboy, just because he knew him since he was a little boy and Cowboy looked up to, Nipsey looked up to Cowboy, so there was Big Thundercat, and he nicknamed Nipsey Little Thundercat. You think just because that happened back then, before Cowboy went to jail and became strung out and became a nobody, you really think that he really loved Nipsey once Nipsey became a grown man and started to become a god? Every man will not become a god if it's not written in the codes of their DNA and their ancestors that came before them. And that designated them based on a life path that they chose to come into a certain body, a certain family, a certain ethnic group. Cowboy is not Nipsey's friend. And I seen a video of them one time, like Nipsey was in one of his cars and he was talking to somebody on camera. Cowboy pulled up and then Cowboy started rapping. And I looked at Nipsey's face, and Nipsey looked like, from what I was getting, I could be wrong, like he had compassion for Cowboy and he was going to always look out for him because of the way he felt for him in the past, and he didn't want to embarrass him. But I could tell that he was not going to make Cowboy a big rap star. And I kind of wondered, every time he was with Nipsey or when he get a chance, he on the video rapping. And Nipsey kind of just smiled and turned his head back to the camera. I said, secretly, Nipsey done lost respect for this man. Like, this man, he don't look up to this man like he used to. Something this guy done did or said or not did. Or I could tell that Nipsey was going to not embarrass him in public ever and was going to look out for him, but he didn't trust him to run his businesses like that. And he didn't look up to him or respect him to handle his money. I could just tell that whatever respect he had for him was gone. And then I constantly think about Slauson Bruce. I wonder where's Slauson Bruce and who's taking care of Slauson Bruce, because I've seen him sick. And I saw that this just broke his heart, what happened to Nipsey. And I don't think this guy has been right. Just like I kept looking at his Grandma Hussle's face. I watched her since 2019, and I could see it on her face. I said, she doesn't want to be here. When I saw, the last picture I saw of her was when they gave Nipsey the Hollywood Walk of Fame. I saw death on her face. It wasn't a involuntary death, because she was in her 80s. You still got a lot of life to live. I saw she didn't want to be here no more. She had saw the darkness and the wickedness and the evil of Hollywood and inside of her family and inside of that industry and the baby mamas and all these people. The grandmother knew more than she's talked about. A very wise woman, because I see what she's doing now on the other side. And she enjoys helping people. She's a humanitarian, just like Nipsey. I knew she wasn't going to be here long because she didn't want to be here without her baby. And I didn't see that. I saw that on her face. I saw that on Black Sam's face. I didn't see it on very many people's face. That's supposed to be so close to him. Who else did I see it on? I Finally started to see it on Nipsey's mother's face last year. Probably maybe 6 months ago or something. I had seen a picture. I think it might have been within the past year or so. She took a picture with Black Sam and someone else. I started to see the wearing on his mother's face. And I said, oh my God. I don't see very many write-ups or articles about his mother. I don't see her in public anymore. She probably doesn't want to be. And I totally understand, because I don't know what that lady's going through about losing her youngest son. And whatever type of relationship they had and did not have. People can wear people. When I look at Cowboy, I do not see that he's heartbroken and that he's innocent and he doesn't know what happened. What I see is guilt. And you're trying to mask the guilt by acting like you are one of the crusaders for justice. But you know that Eric Holder is the patsy. And I had other so-called readers tell me, you're wrong. You don't know what you're talking about. Eric Holder's going to walk. When the trial was going on last year, he's going to walk. I never came back in public and I never changed what I said. I said it was a political year and he was going down because it was an election year. I knew he wasn't getting out. He should have gotten the death penalty, but I don't know if they offered that in California. He should have gotten it. I still see other things deeper with that case. I just haven't read it lately. But when people want to come to me and put me down and compare, I know I can see you can't. He's getting off. He's going to walk. And this is a lady from California who has more book education than me. See, I've addressed that before. And they think they're better than me because I'm country. I don't have any degrees in school, but I have degrees in hard knocks and being on, as that country gospel song said, I'm coming up, Lord, from the rough side of the mountain. I got degrees in that. And I can see. And people think you can beat someone because you have book sense. But that's not a natural gift of prophecy. To peer through the veils of time and live in the underworld, and you are physically alive. Yet you get out of your body and you move into the underworld and you see both sides. You can peer through the veil. No degree at Harvard, Yale, Spelman, or anywhere else can give you that ability, bitch. And I'm just really tired of these types of females wanting to come at me and go toe to toe with me and tell me you this, you that, you got this, you got that, because you can speak better than me, or you have a bigger vocabulary than me, or you have a paper degree. All that means, bitch, is that you sat in this class and took this curriculum for a certain amount of time. And once you finished that time, you got a piece of paper that said that you finished that time, so you graduated. It still doesn't mean that you can see deeper than me, bitch. And that's why from now on, I cut those types of bitches off. And she wanted me to come in public and say her prophecy. How much to say that. I said, but to do that is to say that I'm wrong and that you're right, because I'm telling you, that man's not getting out of jail alive. Unless they allow him to appeal it and he gets reduced sentence, he's not getting out alive. And even if he do, he is a DMW. A dead man walking, bitch, unless they put him in protected custody. either way, I'm right. He has a sentence of life in jail, and he has a sentence of death if he's released. That's my hope. Unless they protect this bitch, like they protect 6ix9ine. Huh? A bitch. And so when she said it in email, you should tell them this because I see it. You need to keep up with my prophecy. I said, no, bitch, you need to keep up with your prophecy, and I need to keep up with mine. Because I don't see that happening, and Nipsey's not telling me that happen. Now, just think, because she's a little bit older than me, and because she had more education than me, if I would have came out and changed it and said that, y'all would have disrespected me on that one. See, I would have lost on that one. Because this bitch is like her, starting with my birth mother. So you have to be careful of spirits that follow you around. They'll follow you depending on the spirit you carry from who ass you come out of, huh? And let me tell you one thing about C-sections, and that's another class. I'm not going to stay here too long with this. Whenever C-sections run in a particular family, a child is afraid. They're either afraid of the bitch whose uterus that they living inside of, and they're afraid of her actions and inactions and behavior. They don't trust this bitch, see, to come out and live in this world amongst her and amongst her peoples, the dirty bitches around her. And the predator niggas that the dirty bitches got around them waiting for the little girl. You see what I'm saying? A little boy. Whenever you have to force a child out of a bitch ass, something wrong. And if you look at and you get to know people, whether it's you, dad to come out through C-section, because that's what happened to me. Or somebody you know, look at their mammy and look at their background and look at the niggas they've been screwing. If it's a C-section child, the child usually is more gifted and more intuitive than the mother and the people around that child will allow and give credit for. And the child could, this a hoe, I don't want to come out of her ass. And the more you try to pull that child out, the child slide back up and in. You know, with mine, I had a C-section because of my own fear. I told my son, you could do that. You could tell your children when to come. You could tell your children, you could tell yourself, I'm going to fuck this certain nigga or this certain white man or Chinese man or whatever. I'm going to fuck him on Friday at midnight. And I'm going to fuck this nigga all night long. I prayed and I prayed all night long until I found the Lord, goddammit. I'm going to fuck this nigga Friday and I'm going to get pregnant and I'm going to have a boy. He going to do this, he going to do that. He going to be like this, he going to be like that. You actually fucking get pregnant by the one you said. And then you can be pregnant and depending on what you go through, you and what you see and experience, you can tell that I don't want you to come down right now. Or I need you to come down this day, this year, this time, because I'm tired of this bitch over here. Because I remember my grandmother, like, she's a dirt, you know what? Oh, Jesus. So my grandmother physically died December of what? 2021, moving into 2022. It's been a year, December. I've been going through a lot. And I've been going through a lot of pain and healing and you know, revelations. And then her other daughter, that's my mother's half sister. My grandmama had them by two different men, and they look like night and day. And then her daughter, which is supposed to be my cousin, based on genetics, which I don't consider them nothing to me, because they made sure I was nothing to them. I'm looking at this shit and I'm really thinking about this here. And I don't know, but this shit is all down in my pussy. You see what I'm saying? See, I got to deliver this baby out of my pussy because I can't really stand and vagina power and see, I thought about it, and some people be like, you don't need to tell your business, you talk too much. Well, fuck you, bitch. Because other people call themselves try to tell my story and tell my business, and you don't even fucking know me, and you don't know my story, or you add twist on the shit. I'm going to tell my own story. Why? Because I'm a truth seeker, I'm a truth teller, and I'm a teacher. Everybody is a teacher. Whether I see a bitch over there taking that goddamn xylazine, goddamn it, with that fentanyl and that powder, see, you teaching me that you do that, bitch. And if I watch you too hard, or if I'm weak and I get to sit around you and listen to you, bitch, you teaching me how to take that roll, how to snort that powder, bitch, and go to chain gang, and then get in a corner and hold myself like that nigga in there. My son was talking about it, and go, oh, and take dicks on that bitch. See, you teaching me how to do that, bitch. Oh, I see you go through that and grow up around people like that. Like I grew around drug addicts. And no matter how bad it got for me, or when I was outside sleeping in my car and I found I was pregnant, I knew no matter how bad it got, I would never follow the teachings of my birth mother and leave my baby to think about myself and to party, all the things I should have experienced. I did not experience because I didn't have nobody to keep my child. And like I said the other day, not only did I have all those odds stacked against me, but my child was sickly. My child was sick every day of his life from 8 months up to about 12 years old. I couldn't leave my child that couldn't talk and dump him on somebody, because that was done to me. And because that's what I had seen women do, that's what I saw my birth mother, who had lived the life basically of the rich and famous and was fucking and sucking celebrities and traveling from Atlanta to California, partying with all these people on television. And because of her job with TV Guide, she got to meet all these people that they would write up about in TV Guide. She worked on Peachtree and never had time for her children. And these are the same kind of people that get old. They looks fail them, they ass fail them, they pussy fail them. And then those same children that they did not want to be bothered with, other to humiliate them and degrade them and beat them in public, now you feel that those children owe you something to take care of you in your time of need. I won't do it. And that's something as a teacher, I feel that you must know me. I'm sorry, maybe that's not good business. But I'm not going to be like these other people that y'all run to for teaching. They got these glamour shot photos and this glamour shot life and everything's perfect and they ain't never went through nothing. Y'all like that. I ain't with it. Because I would never want, like I've seen some of these people, when somebody inside their circle that know the real them get mad, they come out and expose them. You're not exposing me. If you expose something about me, you expose something I already fucking told you. Because I didn't have a good life. Were they my choices? I guess so. We all have choices. You can have a choice, have mercy, in a situation where you have no choice. Like what I'm saying is with me. Okay, for instance, I was homeless. My mother thought that was one of the funniest things she could have done, to throw her child out with nothing, like short, like no notice. One night I come home, you get out and you can't have nothing but what you're wearing. That's one of the dirtiest things a mother could do to her child. And she kept saying, you're a whore, you're a whore, you're a whore, you're a whore. I could have, because I had people to approach me to do that. You could be a stripper. You could be a prostitute. Nobody even has to know. You can do this and keep it between us. You can work for me. I met women that were madams, and they tried to bring me into that lifestyle. A lot of the things I suffered, I never would have suffered. Was that a choice I took? Yes, it was. Was it a bad choice? Yes, it was. Was it a choice that caused me to suffer? Yes, it was. Because I had a mother that made sure I got no education. See, like I said, let me stop because I didn't want to get into this. I want this to be a separate video. I have got to, because this will be so long, and this live is already long. Sometimes you are put in a position by your own dirty ass mama or a dirty nigga you trust or foster care, wherever you are in the street. You're put in a position where you had no choice, but you still have to make a choice. And your situation is so fucked up that either choice you make is going to be fucked up. But a lot of women will choose, well, I'm going to sell my pussy. I'm going to go suck some dicks. I'm going to strip. I'm going to be a call girl on the low because I won't have to suffer and I had this money. But a lot of these women act like they feel good about their shit because of the money. But I've talked to a lot of them, and a lot of them feel sick inside. If they don't right then, they feel numb and dead. They have to take drugs. They have to drink alcohol to do what they do because they hate that shit. I don't know which one's worse. The choices I made to have nothing and to hold my baby. Even though he's done a lot of things I'm not pleased with, that's his wall. It's not my wall. I have to accept the choices my child made and either decide to be here or not be here. Because there's one thing you cannot do, change your children. Once you give birth to a child, sure, you don't have to speak to your children. You can disown them and not have anything to do with them. You can act like you never had them. You can tell them you don't want them. You wish you never had them. That's something I never said. No matter how bad it got, I really felt that my child was a mirror of my experiences and my child was my teacher. Just like I was his teacher. Just like my birth mother and all the fucked up bitches in my family were my teachers. Some of the most disgusting teachers I had on the planet. Some of the most disgusting women that showed me what I don't want to be. So I watched those things. And even living in a boarded up building, I chose to stay because I ain't have nowhere else to stay. It was clean on the inside. And fresh paint, all that stuff. Once you got inside the house, you didn't know it was in a boarded up building, the project. I held so tight to my child because I never wanted what happened to me to happen to him. That was the choice. Even though, I remember one thing, and I'm going to go. One thing, my son's father started selling drugs, and when his family said he was working with Big Meech down here in Atlanta, he has so much money. Big houses, big cars, fur coats for him and his girlfriend. So much money. And he chose not to give it to me because he would say my mother said I was a prostitute. Now, I don't know. I must not have been a good prostitute to live in a boarded up building. I wasn't doing any of that. I didn't want to expose my son to that. I felt that going through things like that built character and integrity and intestinal fortitude. It made me a stronger person. And it was something I never, no matter out of all the lies my mother told on me, And it's one thing I said to her. I said, you could never say that I left my child with you or anybody else, no matter how difficult you made my life. You can never say about me of what my grandmother and other people said about you that I knew to be true because I remember all the projects that you left me in. Well, no, you didn't. I said, yeah, and I could tell it hurts you because you wanted me to do that. And I had too much intestinal fortitude and integrity for what I gave birth to ever walk away from it. No matter how hard it was, I would never do that to my son. And I never, ever did. My son's father would not give me money. He enjoyed seeing me suffer. And I would move. I kept trying to move, I remember, to different places that might be better. Even though I didn't have any money at the time. I didn't have any resources. And I couldn't work a job or go to school because I had nobody to take care of my son that I could trust to not to rape him or abuse him. And many times he couldn't breathe good. So I didn't want nobody to hurt him and make sure they gave him his medicine. So I was stuck in that situation because I wasn't going to just trust anybody because of all the things that had been done to me. Wherever I was, no matter how abusive my son's father was, I would still tell him where I lived at, and I would let him see his son. I would let him call. I'll never forget this. Never forget what his father said to me one time. I think my son was about 8, maybe 8 or 9. And he came to this ran down set of apartments I lived in. And we were sitting outside, and he sat outside. We had walked to the front entrance. I was still, no matter how many dirty bitches and a whore he would call me, I would still just take it, take it in because I wanted him to know his father. And I was hoping his father would be a good father to him and would acknowledge him as his child. I was really hoping that he would be a good father to him. I was willing to put my own self aside. And I sat down on the curb, and my son sat down on the curb, and his father was standing up, and he looked at me. He said, Tia, one thing that I like about you, and I'm looking up like you like something about me, but you treat me like shit. He say, you have been through so much. He say, but you still keep going. You're so strong. You won't give up and you keep going. And you take care of my son. But then when he get mad, oh, bitch, you ain't shit, you a hoe, this and that. But he stood there in my face, and I that just came to me as I've been purging a lot of things been coming up out my pussy. As I've been healing, And I thought about that. And I said, damn, I forgot about that. This man looks at me and says, you always found a way. You never left my child. You never turned your back on my child. And you by yourself. He said, I had nobody. It was just me and my child. And I had to figure out how to survive. And this man would watch me suffer and turn his back on me and had all this money and gave it to another woman. I went to his house, had a big old house with this woman, and I had nothing and nobody. And my mother had a lot of money and deliberately withheld it and would laugh and say, ha, I put her outside. She's nothing and nobody. You're a stupid bitch. And I'm just like, because I won't prostitute, because I will not make your childhood curse you tried to speak on me. I will not accept and take that curse. I will not bite that poison apple and become that. I'd rather struggle and build intestinal fortitude before I give you the satisfaction. Because you're not a prophet that knows all things. And that's one prophecy that will never be fulfilled. You're a piece of shit bitch. And this man, to me, is a piece of shit because a lot of women, see, that's where women get twisted up at. They will run up behind a nigga that lead them with a baby that don't fucking want them and abuse them and dog them out, and they will consider him strong for leaving. And you stay with that baby and you do what you can to survive. And you don't compromise yourself, you don't sell out. Even though you're living in a hell, because you know one day, if you handle this properly, what you believe, what I believe is the right thing, and to not sell my ass, and to not leave my baby, to get pleasure for myself and leave my child, and then I'll tell them what else would have happened to him. Women that are stupid, that are backwards in their thinking, will believe a man like that is strong and will chase him. Even if they don't have a child by him, you'll chase a man who wants you. And you admire him for being strong enough to leave you. But then a man that stays there and won't leave you and don't bring the drama to you, you consider him weak and you fuck over him like he's a pussy ass nigga. Y'all don't want them. That's boring to you. That's dull to you. But the man that leads is the one that's weak and has no intestinal fortitude at all, no honor and integrity. And he's showing you you cannot depend on his word. You cannot depend on his love. You cannot depend on him or trust him to take care of his child, which is his responsibility, which is an offspring of his etheric DNA. And a lot of y'all women like that shit. And you admire a nigga that leave you. And then y'all let baby daddies come in and fuck you in your mouth and fuck you in your ass, that walk in and out your house like a revolving door. That's something I never did. It takes a certain type of woman, a certain type of feminine energy, that when your mama, all the females in your family, your baby daddy, your fake ass friends, all tell you that there's something wrong with you because this man left and this man chooses not to be responsible, and you cut all the ass off. And it's a very lonely place to be because everybody wants a family and they want to belong and they want to be loved by the mother that gave birth to them. And then you are alone and your mother creates roadblocks and dead ends and obstacles for you to watch you fail so she can say she's better than you. And then to take your baby daddy and turn him against you. So my mother's told me this. And I swear now I'm going to go. She said, now we are all the same. Your grandmama, which is my mama, my daddy left her. Your daddy left me. And now I realize my father didn't leave my mother. He never raped my mother. She's a fucking lie. She said, now your baby daddy left you. Now we got 3 generations of baby daddies done left them when my mother set that up for me. She set up death and destruction and dead ends for me. And said, now we all even. Now we all the same. A mother that loves her children would never set up catastrophe, death, and destruction in her life, in her daughter's life, and then follow her around to create misery and mayhem. You know, I'm going to take a break now. I say these things for the women that want to be my students. Because we don't take no prisoners over here. I ain't with that Jesus Kumbaya shit, so I'm not the one. I'm not the one for you. You want to be taught by me? We are in a take no prisoners state of mind in this vagina power general school over here. And then we're going to go deeper with this. I'm going to do what Nipsey told me to do. I'm going to resurrect this shit. And we In beast mode over here is Sparta 300 over here. You can go watch that movie, Sparta 300. We ain't taking no prisoners in this bitch. I don't care what nobody else talks to you. You better go back to them. Forgive your mama, love your mama. Really? I ain't with it, T-Bone. Girl, I don't want to hear that shit. Because I done did that over and over and over and I see what it got me. This ain't what you want. This ain't for you if that's what you want to hear over here. Because I ain't with that shit. And everybody ain't designed for the BP beast mode, bitch. If you ain't got hard body in you, because I thought I was weak the way I was done. But I realized I ain't. This shit will bring out the best in you, the beast mode, or the fucking worst in you. A weak ass bitch. And that ain't what I'm interested in. Because you would teach niggas, your children, and everybody to treat you like a weak bitch. And if they treat you like that, like they tried to treat me like that, bitch, you ain't gonna do this no more. Bitch, you ain't gonna say that no more. Bitch, you ain't gonna do this read no more. Bitch, your address is out here. Bitch, we'll beat your ass. Bitch, we'll shoot you. Bitch, it is what it is in the dirty South, ho. If that's the way it's meant for me to go out, bitch, I'm gonna go out banging and slanging in this motherfucker. But ain't nobody else gonna pump me down to shut the fuck up because I'm saying what you don't want to hear. Or bitch, you don't have the ability to see it, bitch. Or you don't have the courage to say it because of all the dicks you don't so bitch and all the NDAs you don't sign for these celebrities, bitch, or to be in their circles. So it's shit you can't tell. So you with the shit and you casting spells, bitch, and take motherfuckers out and lying on motherfuckers and slandering motherfuckers like you did me, bitch. I ain't one of them, bitch. I ain't signed up to sell my soul, bitch. So if that's what it is, bitch, that's what it is. But one thing, you can call me many things. But don't call me no punk bitch. And don't call me no weak bitch. Because I will show you, bitch, the error of your ways fucking with me. Because I ain't letting nobody scare me out of doing nothing I don't motherfucking want to do, bitch. So if you's a weak motherfucker, you just better listen to the audio, bitch. You better listen to the lie. Don't approach me about being in my class. Because I don't care if you quiet or even if you whine. That's okay with me. I do that too. We all go through that. But after that, bitch, you gonna get up? Are you going to get up, bitch, and live on your feet? Huh? Are you going to live on your knees and suck dick and eat a bitch clit who try to have power over you and put her feet on you? Feet and legs on you, bitch. Because I don't have feet and legs on me. But I got up because I realized nobody has the right to do that to you unless you give them permission. And nobody can take your dignity and nobody can hurt your feelings and nobody can humiliate you unless you let them and you stay in that shit. And that's what I got degrees in. But I will never teach a woman to live that way and to take that abuse. Y'all deal with these fake ass motherfuckers. Forgive your mama. Your mama did the best she could do. Your mama, that's all she knew at the time. So your mama knew that she was carrying a baby in her ass, right? And your mama didn't know that she wasn't supposed to abuse and walk off and leave that baby. She didn't know what she was doing at the time. But then every time she come around, she humiliate, degrade you, berate you, assault you in front of people, but she don't do it to nobody but you. And your mama did not know that what she was doing was wrong and that was the best she could do. That was the best she could do. But she didn't do it to nobody but you. Get the fuck out of here with that shit. If you want to forgive your mama and you want to open the door to keep letting her walk in and out, then this ain't what you want. You not ready to stop being a punk bitch? This ain't what you want. Because I don't want your money to the point I'm going to lie to you and say what you want to hear to get you over here. I ain't got time for that shit. I'll find me another job and another trade and something to do before I play with you to get $1 out of you. I'm not interested in that. I have too much integrity for that. And I realize every woman ain't built for this. Every woman ain't ready to cross over and go to the promised land and bust heads. A motherfucker that done bust your head. Even if it's a so-called relative. That's a relative in name and a relative in blood, but not a relative in deed. A lot of y'all relatives your fucking enemy. Hit my cash out, bitch, and make it clap.